Hi everyone, happiness and sunshine to each one of you. And I think in these trying times, we really need as much of happiness and sunshine as we can grab because these are indeed very unprecedented times. None of us have ever faced this before. And while the Janta, joins hand with Modi ji and the administration and the healthcare workers do their job, of keeping us, healthy, alert, and, bringing us out of this situation as soon as possible. I think we educators have another responsibility at our hands, which has just been thrown to us, which is to take care of our children in these times when the schools are absolutely closed, right? So all of us are, finding ourselves in a new spot. I am in the comfort of my own home. I've never logged on in such a situation before for a live chat, but here I am. And I'm sure so many of you are identifying with me right now. In fact, all the educators that I talk to or I have been conversing with over the past few days, a lot of common concerns. So let's just talk about a few common concerns today. And then, in a series of these Entab talks, we'll talk about how to tackle them one by one. So thank you, Nimisha and Team Entab, for enabling us to go and share our views. So look forward to many such more. So the first thing, which a lot of parents have bombarded us is with concerns about what should I do with my child? What should I do with my children? Despite having a good, at home schedule with them, despite being in touch with the schools, with the teachers regularly, but still a lot of them are very, very concerned, and rightfully so, because just as we are facing a very virgin situation, so are the parents. They've also never been kind of locked up, with their children, all age groups from 3 years to, 15, 16, all of them are at home. So our first advice to the parents is that please get in touch with your school. Hmm? Do not get into you know, a forward education. By forward meaning that don't get on to a forward mode WhatsApp education, that whatever you receive on your forwards in the WhatsApp, please don't consider it like education. That's not doing the right thing for your child, because all those things which come, we don't know whether they are developmentally appropriate, suitable for your child, educationally fit, and fitting in with the culture of your school and your upbringing. So please get in touch with your school. Ask them to give you a healthy at-home learning program. Most schools are doing it. We have Google Classrooms. We have a lot of stuff which is going on at the school. The teachers are working overnight to create some awesome modules. Some of them have come across are really very nice. So keep in touch with your schools. That's number one. Number two, I feel, one way or the other, keep your children in touch with the teachers, right? Because that connect between the school and the teacher should not break. So for all of us, who are heading our schools or institutions or verticals in any which way, we've got to make sure that our teachers are in touch with our children. Now that's a mammoth task indeed, because the teachers one and the students may be as many. I'm not going to say a number, and even more so in the primary section, because that is a very heavy teacher child relationship, you know, very, very heavy. Children are so attached to their teacher, and what she says is like God sent. So the teachers have to make the most of this halo around their head at this point of time. So keep it, whether you use any of those interactive platforms, whether you use Facebook Live or any of the so-called mediums which are there, but please stay in touch with your children. And then again, I would say that all of us shouldn't fall into the trap of, uh, getting into the business of entertaining our children. Let's not get into that trap. Let's not get this situation get the better out of us. right? We are not here to entertain our children. We have to engage our children fruitfully, meaningfully, productively, giving them the best because we know what is good for the child, right? The parent may feel a bit pressurized because of the situation and things out of control, but under no way that you should let entertainment be at the core of our delivery or our home learning programs. We got to see for holistic development, yes, that we got to see that there is multiple skill development, which means that yes, reading and writing are going to be a major part of our engagement with the children. Reading per se, children have got a lot of time, parents have a lot of time on their hand, so that should be the dominant skill emerging. uh, we are encouraging our parents to read a lot to their children, and in turn we are also asking our primary kids to read to their parents as well. So bonding, so reading, writing, and of course, as far as other subjects like science and arithmetic is concerned, there are a lot of worksheets, a lot of stuff which is going out to the children. So, great way of connecting with them. And for the slightly older children, we are also advising them that, since they have a lot of time, especially the evenings at hand, when you are just indoors, so that we don't let that monotony get into us, and we could have the children enroll for some short online courses. There are plenty on the offering, Khan's Academy or Coursera, or a lot of them are there. So we could make use of it, and we have some of our teachers selecting those particular courses and sending it out to the parents. So feel free as educators to suit your needs, your school's needs, your children's needs. So we are also doing that currently. Then another thing, which we would definitely want is that, yes, we are on a technology platform, right? We're talking on Entab, which is enabling us to exchange views. But let not, technology become the digital nanny, even in these trying times. Technology is a powerful tool. So let's use it as a tool, as an enabler, but not as the be all and end all. Let's not let our children lose the human touch, and be so glued on to the screen all the time. So let's make sure that the work that we give out, that the plan we make for our children is an equal dose of learning through technology and doing it, away from technology, following the technology, but doing it firsthand, getting those skills, getting that firsthand experience. And a special note of concern over here for the primary kids, they need you know, a lot of interaction with the adults. They need a lot of interaction with their teachers. So we got to choose our engagement plans very, very carefully, make it a healthy mix. So, not a bad idea to make a timetable and give it to the parents, but make it flexi, so that parents can attend to their chores at home as well and their office work from home as well. And then allow the child to finish it now and then whenever it suits everybody. Put in a lot of together activities for parents, for children, and grandparents if they're staying with them, etc. So we're doing a lot of that, a lot of interaction, limited interaction because it's limited to your siblings, to your parents, and perhaps the extended family who may be staying with you. Hmm? But having said that, there is a beautiful, beautiful insight that all of us as educators are deriving from watching the children at an even closer space right now. From all this which has emerged, from all the panic flying around, from all the over concern, and rightfully so, I shouldn't be saying over concern, but the right concern that is floating around, I've seen that the children are responding absolutely beautifully. Not a single parent has complained that the child is just insisting on going outdoors, insisting on ordering on the Swiggy, insisting on being on Amazon. Rather, the children are, beautifully absorbing all the message that the school, the authorities, their parents, their guardians are giving them. You know, so that is the beauty of our children. I think we must be doing something right at our schools, that our children are behaving so responsibly right now, right? I don't have a single case of a parent calling me up and saying कि मैं तो घर से भाग जाऊंगा, or I have fed up right now, or I just want to give away my child for adoption. Now the parents have also put up their hands, so that's a good sign for us as well. And so what I've seen is that our children are fearless. They're facing this situation head on so very beautifully. And already there is a lot of camaraderie, there's a lot of sharing across, from the balcony, through the phones, through WhatsApp, through the whatever mediums are there available for them. So great camaraderie across borders, across schools. There are no school territorial fights happening. Children are talking to each other and discussing. They're sharing their assignments. They're sharing the new learnings with each other. I'm seeing it in my own society. A class 2 girl came up on one of the stairs and she was just talking, maintaining her social distance, about how she's developed a game and she's applied for certification for the same, and certified game developer, and she's teaching coding and all that stuff to the other children. So children are responding beautifully. I think it's the parents who are a little on their nerves, a little edgy, so we need to take care about them as well, right? So going forth, this I feel is definitely going to change the face of the classrooms for a long, long time. We often talk about the 21st century classrooms and how and when are they going to be, looking like the 21st century classroom. I think now is the catharsis. Now you can say now is the turning point, and our classrooms are never going to be looking the same again. Every educator, every principal, every teacher is going to be keeping, you know, these kind of contingency plans in mind. And that's a great thing. I think we are being, seasoned. We are being even more conditioned to be prepared for, absolutely the unknown, something which we were perhaps kind of forgetting or putting it at the back of the mind, because, well, life is such. And another thing which is going to be happening and I see coming to the fore is teaching children sustainability, education with sustainability. I feel that's going to be very, very important topic in all our forthcoming, sessions, classroom teachings, projects, activities, inter-school, intercontinent exchange programs, starting from the very basic fact, like water, like air, like the environment. How should you take care of water? How should you take care of your environment? Because it just doesn't belong to you, you know it belongs to the other species. Co-sharing, how do we co-inhabit the planet? That's going to be uh, a thought worth pondering over. And in the next sessions that come ahead, we would definitely like to go ahead and discuss about how are we going to begin with such sustainability lessons for our children. We need to relook at the EBS, at the geography, at the history lessons for our kids right from grade 1 or maybe pre-primary itself. When we talk about that, thought is going to change, कि बेटा ये सब आपके लिए ही है, that बेटा you are the apple of my eye, कि बेटा आपके बिना दुनिया में कुछ नहीं है. We have to teach them that there are a lot of apples of my eyes over there, that along with you, there are the birds, the animals, the insects, the water, etc. We got to take care of that and make our children a little more aware, let them live this. So all of us, before I sign off, I think we are definitely going to be in consensus. But of course, let me have your thoughts, please, that we're not going to shy away from discussing this with our children in the coming months. Whenever we get back to our schools and our roles, whether front facing or, in the management, wherever, we're not going to shy away. We're going to be talking a lot about how this happened and what is the corona and the COVID-19 teaching us? What is it taught us for generations to come, for years to come? We got to learn from it and take it in our stride and move forward. Absolutely. So, pleasure talking to you. My time is up, and I look forward to many, many, many more such meaningful conversations amongst each of us. Thank you, Entab. Thank you, Nimisha, for making this happen, for making us realize that yes, we need to come out of our little cocoons. And even though we are in the comfort of a home, there is a lot of responsibility resting on our shoulders. Our shoulders are definitely strong. We're going to face it, and we're going to face it head on with each other. So a huge high five, or rather, I'm going to say a high 10 to each of my colleagues who I see on the right side of my screen. We got to join hands, and after this, it's not only the children, but we, the educators, who have to come out much more stronger, much more informed, much more responsible, and of course, a lot more sharing and caring. So, bye for now at the Little Millennium Group of Schools. So lovely to share my thoughts with you, and love you all. Take good care of yourself. The Janta curfew or whatever, the administration gives us, we're going to follow that, and we're going to make sure that our kids follow that too. Let's get back to school. We are all itching to get back to work with our children right before us and not through the screens and phones, etc. So lovely talking to you all. And I'm going to sign off before Nimisha and Team Entab gives me a big shout out. So look forward to talking to you again. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless, and lots of happiness and sunshine to you all again.